So yesterday, the New York Times was first to report that Trump's Justice Department has instructed U.S. attorneys across the country to go after yet another of Trump's perceived enemies. This time, it's liberal megadonor George Soros.
We're going to look into Soros because I think it's a RICO case against him.
I've been speaking to the Attorney General about bringing RICO against some of the people that you've been reading about that have been putting up millions and millions of dollars for agitation.
Now, the Times reports that Trump's Justice Department is effectively trying to throw just a bunch of spaghetti at the wall here to see what charges might stick against Soros. On Monday, a lawyer in the Office of Deputy Attorney General and former Trump personal defense attorney, of course, Todd Blanche, a person from that office issued a directive to more than half a dozen U.S. attorneys' offices across the country, asking those offices to draft plans to investigate the Soros' family's nonprofit, suggesting potential charges ranging from racketeering to arson and wire fraud and material support for terrorism. I should note that we have absolutely no reason to believe there is any evidence to back up any of those. But again, it seems like Trump's Justice Department is just trying to kind of cast out and throw lots of spaghetti on the wall. Asking U.S. attorneys in California, New York, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Detroit, Maryland, and elsewhere to open investigations anyway and see if they can find anything they might be able to charge Soros' group with. Trump targeting an enemy like this is concerning on its face. We've been talking about it all evening. But I also think it's worth zooming out and looking at why Trump targeting a political donor like George Soros is so alarming. I mean, take, for example, how Trump has been demanding that Republican-controlled states across the country gerrymander their congressional maps to give Republicans more seats in Congress. Last month, Texas Republicans complied with that demand, redistricting the state in the middle of the decade in a completely naked power grab, leaving Texas with a map designed to give Republicans 5 more congressional seats in the next election. Now, in response, California Governor Gavin Newsom launched a ballot initiative, letting California voters decide if they want to fight fire with fire and redistrict California in a way that would give Democrats 5 more seats and essentially level the playing field. That ballot initiative, Prop 50, will be voted on in November. And already, California's airwaves are dominated with ads like these.
When Donald Trump and Texas Republicans don't fight fair, Californians need to stop fighting with both hands tied behind our backs.
Democracy. We got to protect it and we got to go and fight for it.
Protect democracy in all 50 states. Yes on Prop 50.
Vote no on 50.
Yes on 50.
Vota no a la Proposición 50.
Vote sí en la Proposición 50.
People in California are absolutely inundated. Now, making and airing all those ads costs millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. And tonight, thanks to newly released campaign finance disclosures, we started to get an idea of where that money was coming from. Now, here's the headline in the San Francisco Chronicle. This side of the Prop 50 fight has 500 times more donors than the other. Quote, in the battle over redistricting in California, supporters led by Governor Gavin Newsom have amassed a huge network of more than 65,000 individual donors, campaign finance filings released Friday show. Compare that with the just 130 donors reported by opponents. So while more than 65,000 people collectively pooled their money to air the pro-redistricting ads I just showed you, it was just 130 people that funded all of the anti-redistricting ads. Now, don't get me wrong, both sides have mega donors. That is where George Soros comes back in here. His family is reportedly the largest single donor on the side pushing for redistricting, with a donation of around $10 million. But the side in opposition to redistricting got an even bigger single donor, a man named Charles Munger Jr., the conservative son of billionaire Charles Munger Sr. He has reportedly loaned more than $30 million to the anti-redistricting side. Not only is that 3 times what Soros' family has put into the fight, but the anti-redistricting side has only raised $35 million total. So almost all of their funding is coming from just that one guy. In comparison, the Soros Family Foundation donation represents less than an eighth of the funding on the pro-redistricting side. Now, mega donors are not a good thing for our political system. Billionaires should not have that much say in our politics. But we also have to be clear-headed about how this is an arms race. Remember that last year, the person who donated the most money in any political race was Elon Musk. We're talking about it a lot tonight, the literal richest man in the world, who spent at least $270 million to help Trump win the White House. Trump targeting a Democratic mega donor like George Soros is, in many ways, just like Trump's gerrymandering plot. Trump wants to stack the deck in his favor. Whether it's with billionaire donations or congressional seats, he wants to have an unfair advantage, however he does it. and he wants to try to stop Democrats from being able to level the playing field.